Hello, beautiful sisters. It's Rachel. I'm back. I want to talk about empowerment a little bit more. We touched on it before in my earlier video. So if you haven't caught up with that video, I encourage you to just go back and catch up so that you know where we're coming from for this second video about empowerment. We talked, didn't we, about empowerment in its basic form is permission giving. And so as an empowerer, I feel called to be an empowerer from the universe. It's really in its most basic form about me standing alongside saying, go for what's in your heart, go for what's in your dreams, and making it permissible for you to do that, and to find that thing that's in your spirit, sits in your spirit, and it's your calling to kind of draw it out and say, yeah, do you know what, that's it, that's the thing, go for that thing. Okay, now sometimes as an empowerer, it can be very easy to come alongside and say, yes, do that thing. But at the same time, there is a place where we need to not only give permission, but to provide resources. Some of the things that are in our hearts are really difficult to attain to unless we have the right resources, the right kind of money in place, or the right kind of networking, or the ability to kind of hook into the right people at the right time. So I can't, obviously I can't do that for every single lovely, beautiful queen I ever meet. That is an impossible task. But what I can do is I can petition the universe on your behalf. And at the same time, of course, you can also petition the universe on your behalf. Now, here's what I believe about this. If the universe is calling you to a certain thing, then I believe that when we like the touch paper in a spiritual sense, okay, then all of the resources and all of the things that you need to go for that dream and that vision are going to line right up, okay? Everything's just going to line up, and you're going to find that once you step in to a little bit of your divine purpose and you just kind of walk into it and step forward, that things just open up for you in an incredible way. It's because we're making that commitment, and we're standing in it, and we're standing in it together, and we're opening a door, and we're saying yes. And what's going to happen is the universe is going to respond to that in some way. Okay, so I don't want anybody to worry about, I can't do this because I haven't got money, I can't do this because I need to do. And we're just going to sit in that place where we're going to open this door and walk forward. And we're going to be amazed at some of the things that we're just going to walk into. All right, so this is I just wanted to reassure everybody that, this thing, it sounds so wonderful, empowerment. And also it could be interpreted as a pretty meaningless thing, because at the end of the day, anybody can say anything. And that, of course, that's true. Of course, that's true. But when we are walking in the place of the feminine, in a really kind of embodied way, and we're in that place where we really want to explore what our femininity is really all about. Remember, we talked about the three superpowers, didn't we? Creativity, intuition, and healing. And we're operating those things in our lives, and so therefore our divine purpose comes out of one of those three areas, or maybe more. Everything in the universe is going to line up for us. It just is. It just is. And if there's a stalling, it means there's something not quite ready yet. It doesn't mean that we're at fault. It doesn't mean that we're wrong. It just means that something not quite lining up in our own lives that we need to get straight first. Our hearts and our minds respond to each other. And the way in which it works in a sisterhood is that we have more power. We have more power than we are very aware of. And that is really the thing, is it's about coming alongside each other, and it's about standing, and it's about being in each other's lives to such a point where we can do anything if we're together. And that is what I want for us. That is what I want for us as a sisterhood, as a gathered up tribe of women, because we cannot do anything. We're not supposed to be an island girl on our own, okay, digging in sand, sending SOS messages out. We're supposed to be gathered up. We're supposed to be joined. We're supposed to be a sisterhood. And so therefore, if that's the case, empowerment also works as a weaving and a flow. And we have to utilise that, because in our sisterhood, if you've got a calling for something that the universe has given you, if we're standing in sisterhood together, there's going to be another sister who's also feeling called to help finance and support and provide all of the resources that you may need for that thing. So can you see how this kind of works together? It's all about rising together. It's all about standing together. In a way, empowerment is just a word, like I just said before. And in some ways, I can't empower a thing. And I know that sounds really crazy, because I've just spent a long time telling you that the universe has called me to be an empowerer. And that is absolutely true. And I feel that calling from deep within. It's a deep, deep stirring in my heart and in my life. But actually, I can say whatever I like. But I can say whatever I like to you, and I can say all manner of things to encourage and support and all the rest of it. But if your heart does not hear that about yourself, or you refuse to move, or you don't want to go this or that place, you don't want to face it, even though deep down you know the universe is calling you to it, my words are just leaves on the wind, because they are just words. It is about our hearts responding to what our sisters are bringing. So can you see now how this works? So the universe has definitely called me to be an empowerer, so I can speak into your life and I can say what I see. I can use my intuition even to say, I think you are called, or I feel that you are called to How do you feel about that? And you may agree with that, and you might go yes, and I will go yes. But at the same time, or equally, you might say, do you see? And there might be some denial. So if there's a resistance there. So all of these things need to be explored. And if you feel that actually that is the case, but you're in denial, then there's a journey to go on there, isn't there? There's a big journey to go on there. And again, the sisterhood that's gathered up comes alongside the sister who is working through these issues and these thoughts and these deep things. And we can be for each other what we need to be. Maybe it's just a case of you need to just be with your sisters, and you just need to hear that encouragement to get going. Get going. Get going. Now, it's really important, because this is linked to our divine purpose, isn't it? Totally linked to our divine purpose. We need this feedback loop. We need to be able to hear things from our sisters to be able to act, but we also need to act to be able to hear things for other sisters. Yes? You agree with that? I think so. So I just want us to kind of think a bit. I was just talking on the fly as I'm walking along, but I just want us to think about these things, these very deep concepts, and I just want us to come to a place where we can see things from a different perspective to maybe what we've considered before. So I don't want anybody to ever worry about the feelings around this, and feeling that they, the time isn't right, or they haven't got the money or the resources, or they don't know the right people. if you are called by the universe to do a task, or to be a certain way, or to input into this world in a specific manner, like I've explained, then I believe the universe will provide exactly what you need when you need it. If you would just step into that place of trust. And very often it's going to come through our sisterhood. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just so wonderful? And that is what we're here for. And that is why we are going to rise up together. And together, if we're all walking in this place, we can change the world, can't we, girls? And we have to. We have to, because nobody else is going to do that. Nobody else is able to do that. It takes us to step out of ourselves and into our divine purpose to do that. So love your hearts and bless you, and I will chat soon.